He's back. Chase Elliott back to victory lane. Didn't look likely, about 10 laps to go in regulation, but NASCAR's most popular driver snaps a 42 race winless streak, beats the washed allegations, brings it home at Texas, and beats the Hooters curse. And the crowd went wild, and I will give this to the Texas crowd. Say what you want about that track. Great turnout today by those fans out in Texas Motor Speedway. Welcome, everybody, to the post-race show for the 2024 Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400 at Texas Motor Speedway. Be sure to like up the stream, subscribe if you're new. Let's talk about this race. At the moment, unofficial results are out, and that's all we have. Results might change as we go through the show. You'll see it once we put the ticker up. If it just starts changing or I put it down for a second and then change it, it's because the results changed. But this race was 276 laps long out of a 267 lap scheduled distance. 3 hours, 33 minutes, 13 seconds, 23 lead changes, 13 leaders, 16 cautions. And since the next gen car has been at, in the top level of NASCAR, but at Texas Motor Speedway, we have had 16 cautions this year, 11 last year, and 16 in 2022. Let's remove that momentarily pinned message because this is live right now. Chase Elliott, your winner today. Putting himself in the NASCAR playoffs. First win since Talladega of 2022, which, fun fact, I was there for that win, but it has been a long time for Elliott standards getting in. By the way, be sure to like up the stream. We already have over 1,000 watching, and I want you to spam in the chat. We have the poll running on the community tab, but I want to run another one for you before we go through the unofficial results, and it's just a simple one. Was this a good race? Simple yes or no question. We have the more in-depth one in the chat, so be sure, or in the community tab, so be sure to look at that. But was this a good race? And I want you, while you're voting, I want you to put in the chat out of 10, 1 being the worst race you've ever seen, 10 being the all-time greatest race you've ever seen. What did you think of this race? I want to know what you think. And don't just think of the finish or who the winner is. I want to see your in-depth thoughts on it as well once we get it to roll in there. But give me those numbers. Spam the numbers you got. And let's get into the unofficial results. So, unofficially, Chase Elliott, of course, is the winner. That was confirmed. William Byron has now been moved to the second position over Brad Keselowski in third, though Keselowski is pursuing that to be reviewed, so we might see a kind of update on that. We're not sure just yet. As it rolls right now, it goes Reddick in fourth, fifth is Suarez, sixth is Briscoe, Austin Dillon seventh, Bubba Wallace in the eighth position, Kyle Busch in ninth, 10th, a top 10 run for rookie Carson Hocevar, at least unofficially as we are scored now. Joey Logano with an 11th place run. 12th is Ryan Preece. 13th, Ty Gibbs. By the way, this is coming straight from NASCAR.com from their raw feed. Any changes that happen will be updated on there whenever in the next probably 30 minutes or so. Noah Gragson is right behind Ty Dillon, who's 15th, 16th Gragson, 17th Hendrick. I don't know if I mentioned, but Truex 14th. Buescher in 18th. 19th is Stenhouse. 20th is Kyle Larson. Kaz Grala in the 21st spot. Eric Jones, 22nd. Christopher Bell, 23rd. Zane Smith and Corey LaJoie, 24th and 25th. Jimmy Johnson, 26th position today. Austin Cindric, 27th. Justin Haley, 28th. 29th is Harrison Burton. Denny Hamlin, P30 after battling for the win on a late restart gone wrong. Then 31st, final car on the lead lap is Todd Gilliland. Ross Chastain, first car out of the race in 32nd after that crash, basically off the nose of Byron. 33rd, 8 laps down for Ryan Blaney, and then the rest of these guys are out. And that would be John Hunter Nemechek in 34th, Michael McDowell in 35th, 36th is Josh Berry, 37th, Alex Bowman, and Austin Hill rounds out the field. And looking at the poll right now, as we have over 1,250 watching, you are saying 76% at the moment saying, yes, this was a good race. We'll end the poll when it hits probably 800 to 1,000 votes, give or take, based off that. By the way, if you want to see more about this, we'll be on Eric Estep's channel for the NWP, and I also will be commentating this Friday on IDK Players channel for our Talladega event. Talladega next week, but right now, let's talk Texas. We'll get to the super chats after we go through the race review. I promise we'll get there. I promise. But let's talk about this race. Third straight pole for Kyle Larson. Looking like he's going to dominate the day, and he leads for the most part early. He had Ty Gibbs staying with him early, but it ultimately ended up being the crew that undid Gibbs' day. They stayed out long. Their stall caught fire, literally, from some spilled gas, and from there they had to wait a while to pit, and it cost them, I think, like 6 or 7 seconds. Had a slow pit stop on top of that. First real big caution of the day coming from Jimmy Johnson spinning off of 4, but from there Larson again gets the good restart, wins stage 1 over Bell, Hamlin, Reddick, Briscoe, Blaney, Elliott, McDowell, Byron, and Bubba. Now, I'll say this. Stage 1 early on was about a normal Texas race. But I'm telling you now, this Texas race was all over the place. I don't think there was a moment that I was watching this race where I thought, oh, yeah, this is just seemingly good to go. Nothing wonky is going on with the finishing order in any way in this one. Nothing at all. But these guys just, they had plenty of them, like Hocevar finished up front, but you had guys, you know, like McDowell, you had guys up there. I mean, Rick Ware cars were up there during the day. It was wild throughout, whether you like the race or not. And real quick, I do got to shout this one out. Thank you, Alex, for the hundo, saying my driver won today, so here's $100. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and congrats. I know how awesome it is when your favorite driver wins, especially after a long winless streak. I was a Dale Jr. fan, as you probably can tell. I know how it feels. By the way, I should say this for everybody. Anytime we hit over 1,000, the next stream on my channel, I'll have the lizard. So we'll have, or maybe I'll have the lizard by the end of it. I don't know. How about this? We'll end the poll here. 76% say that this was a good race, to 24% saying no. So I'll poll you guys on this one. We're gonna try and get a lot of polls. Should I bring the lizard on stream if he doesn't bite me or crap on me? Again, another one, yes or no. We'll let that one run for a while. Might as well have some fun with it every time we have a huge audience like you guys. Shout out to you for coming on out today. I don't know which one we'll bring on. It might be a quick one, because I'll have to leave for a second. You'll just stare at a screen. But anyway, we go on to stage number 2. It is Blaney versus Hill. Seeing how bunch of strategy going all over the place with this one. I mean, you got guys staying out on 2 tires. You got guys staying out after the long runs. And that's, again, what kept shuffling it up was the strategy throughout the day. Now, from there, of course, Blaney would clear, but then Larson and Hamlin would charge through the pack as well. Tires did matter in this race. Say what you want about Texas. Tires did matter in the long run in this race. And to me, that's better than Martinsville. I hate saying it. Martinsville is my favorite track, but this was a better racing product. I might not say race just because it was a complete Wreckfest, but racing product was definitely better than Martinsville. There was passing in the last 30 laps, unlike Martinsville. But on lap 100, Larson battling Blaney for the lead, but can't get it because behind him, Bell spins out of 4, backs it into the wall, screws his day, and in a chain reaction wreck, Alex Bowman and John Hunter Nemechek have their days ruined as well. We have Nemechek again, came home 34th. He stayed out for a while, could not make it work. Bowman from there, 37th place run for Alex Bowman today. Because of this wreck. He tried to repair it, was not enough time, heads to the garage. There was a lot that happened in this race. I warn you now. There's a lot that happened in this race. From there, because of strategy again, Todd Gilliland is your leader over Kyle Larson. He jumps out, but of course, Larson is Larson, gets ahead of him. And we immediately have a caution for a spin. And at this point, under caution, Kyle Larson thinks that he has a tire going down. It's not a tire going down. It's a tire flying wholly off, completely off. Tire flies off of his car, and he goes into, basically recovery mode at that point. He is, a 2-lap penalty is put on him. He already is behind because of that happening and having to go further back in the pack. And by the way, we talked about it. We did this the other day. Every time we talk about a tire or a wheel in this sense, spam wheels in the chat. You got those wheel emojis. Spam them in the chat every time we have this go on. We're gonna spam those wheels in there. But this basically just screws his race. Best way I can put it. His race is done at this point when it comes to going for the win. By the way, stream's going well for you guys, right? Because on my end, there's a little issue. But if it's going well for you, that's good. I don't see any issue. Should be good. Let's hope. Yeah, wheels in the chat. Fly those wheels. But yeah, at this point, Larson, if he doesn't have this issue, in my opinion, he probably wins this race. When you're 2 laps down, you have to recover from that, and then from there you have to charge up through the pack. You're not going to do it, especially since there were some long runs, and that was again the hard part for him, is getting through all that traffic. Aero's still a huge issue, of course, at Texas. Doesn't matter what car you got, but this just completely screwed him, man. It completely screwed him. Trust me, we'll talk about Fox in a bit. We will talk about Fox, whether you had the raw feed or not. I know that at the moment they still have Brad second. I will keep track both on NASCAR's website and on Twitter for any changes they do make. I don't see anything just yet. I'm going to go to NASCAR's main account on Twitter just in case they updated it again. At the moment, based on the broadcast, Byron was second, but now it's showing Brad Keselowski. I'm going to refresh the stream on that end and see. And NASCAR's website's still screwing up a little bit. I mean, at the moment now, they put Brad Keselowski back in second on NASCAR's website. Whether or not Fox or NASCAR's getting it right, I don't know. Yeah, we will talk about Fox. Trust me, we will. Maybe J-Ski has it. Let me double check with them. One way or another, I'm going to give you the correct results of this race. But as we're looking that stuff up and trying to, let's see, just trying to get the correct results on this one, we will keep going through the race itself because you guys are here in force today. Like up the stream. We got 1,300 watching. But let's continue on talking about this race. So with that, the race is wide open. It's the 11th and not the 19th at this point, and Hamlin jumps out. He jumped out multiple times as Barry in between these was continuing to spin and crash in turn 2. Bad day for Josh Berry overall. But on lap 143, as the top 5 stay out, we have more on 2 tires. It's Ross Chastain and Michael McDowell side by side for an entire lap before McDowell unfortunately wrecks it up into the wall. He had, I believe he had hit one of the bumps or something like that. Tough day for McDowell. Was running in the top 5 and 10 all day long. Looked to have real race contending speed once Larson was out of the picture. But he ends up going out. Larson ends up getting one of his 2 laps back here. And Chastain would clear on the next restart from Stenhouse, winning stage 2 over Bubba, Blaney, Jones, Briscoe, Brad, Burton, Stenhouse, Gibbs, and Elliott. Your top 10 in stage 2. Again, just a very topsy-turvy race as we kept going through it. By the way, we're going to, at the moment, NASCAR has not changed anything again, so we're going to update the finishing order. All of these unofficial. We're going to take the scoring ticker off for a second and put Bad Brad in second until NASCAR officially put something out saying that he's not. So at the moment, we'll put Brad in second, Byron in the 3rd spot. We're going to re-update the running order up top right here. So just if anyone's wondering or if anything changes, let me know. We're trying to keep up with it the best we can on this one. But we get into the final stage here now. Larson's back in the lead lap. It was inconsequential for him because he was so mired back. But we finally get a restart here with the 23 and 14 now side by side. Harrison Burton takes it 3 wide on the bottom, I believe. Doesn't end up, I believe he ends up actually getting the lead because Bubba and Briscoe go around. Great move on Harrison's part. Looked a bit like his dad out there, but just great racing in general. Unfortunately, based on these results, finished 29th on the day, but he was running up front. Yeah, spam those watermelons for a good old Ross Chastain. I see you spamming them. We got Kim Cam at one point, a return there. And remember, Texas Motor Speedway, a big track for the Burton family. Jeff getting his first win there. And he was the first driver to get more than 1 win at Texas Motor Speedway as of 2007. But anyway, we get back racing. The 21 and the 45 are going back and forth here. Reddick ends up getting past Burton. And then Blaney smashes the wall. At this point, Blaney is multiple laps down, has a penalty in the pits. His day is over as well. And for the most part, we actually calmed it down. We had green flag stops going, and this is where we'll get to Fox. This is the Fox portion where I might rant a little. I warn you now. We go to a green flag run. Reddick and Hamlin are flying out. It's Reddick, then about 6 seconds to Denny Hamlin, and then about another 5 seconds back up to the rest of the field. And I see you guys say RFK updated. So we get through green flag pit stops. Reddick has a poor stop. Denny Hamlin has passed him by about 2 seconds. And you know what? Good on you there. Managed to have a good stop on Hamlin's part. Bad on 2311. I know, so shocking. 2311 absolutely biffs it. And yes, it is official. Brad Keselowski is officially your second place finisher today. William Byron officially 3rd on the day. So we got the updated results. But anyway, let's get to this. So the 45 has to run down the 11 here. Has to run him down from 2 seconds back. There's an 8-second swing, and they're showing Joey Logano, who is the current leader. Okay, I get it, update people. But the pass for provisional lead between the 45 and the 11 goes completely unnoticed by the broadcast. And even if you're in the international feed, you really don't get to see anything other than what Fox gives you, even if it's under commercial. They completely miss what could have been the pass for the win. And it goes 5 or 6 laps before Boyer has to call their ass out live on air in front of probably 2 to 3 million people. And that is just so far beyond my comprehension on this. Like, I don't know how you miss something so consequential to the race. I mean, say they go green. That would be the pass for the lead. That would be the pass for the win, and they completely missed it. And good on Boyer for calling him out. I want to say we all like to rip on Clint Boyer, but good on him for calling them out on that, because there is no reason, in my opinion, that should be acceptable in any way possible. But then to me, this kind of rubs salt in the wound. They do show them eating ice cream, or sorry, I was corrected on Twitter, custard. By the way, spam ice cream in the chat. Like, you got ice cream emojis, I believe. Spam those. But how do you, I don't get it. How do you prioritize 3 guys eating ice cream over something that is huge for the race itself and how it ends up? Yeah, there we go. We got some ice cream cones Sundays in the chat. Spam them away. Have fun with that. I appreciate it a ton. But it's just, I've defended Fox a lot this year, and I think that they have improved in the booth. I think on pit road, they are really, really good. The talent is not the problem with Fox. I even think Boyer is much better this year, and he has called them out multiple times. I like that. But man, the direction is so piss poor. And it seems like they don't listen at all from what any of us say. So this is probably something that I shouldn't even say, because nobody's going to listen. But come on, Fox. I mean, I forgot who it was. Somebody in the chat said, this is like having your friend that doesn't watch NASCAR direct a NASCAR broadcast. And I've never felt so just like confirmed by how I felt the whole time about it. I mean, and again, we have 7 more years at minimum of this crap. 7 more years of them basically being a meme, being the stereotype of NASCAR that other people who don't watch this sport think it is. Imagine if you're tuning in for the first time and you just see 3 dudes in a recording booth eating custard. Again, I won't say ice cream, custard. Like, I'm gonna turn the channel off. Like I'll say this. I don't watch basketball much. I don't watch. Let's say this. Okay, sport I don't watch. I don't watch tennis. Right? I respect it. I don't watch it. Say I turned on a tennis match. I've heard like how exciting stuff's getting, how you're missing out. You gotta watch it. Just trust me, Jarrett. This tennis match will be the best thing you watch. And I turn it on, and I don't see 2 people at the top of their game, the ultimate competition, or even if it's like under, a caution period. So I guess between the sets, I think it's what it's called. I don't see them, preparing, getting ready, anything like that. I just see the announcers eating ice cream. I'm turning the channel. I'm sorry. I'm turning the channel. I'm not wasting my time. And that's how it is. And don't get me wrong. Like, tennis might be great. That is no dig on tennis. I'm just saying. Like, it's a sport I don't watch. I needed to use it as an analogy. I don't understand how the thinking process goes in this. But luckily there was action on the track, so we didn't have to actually worry too awful much about the broadcast from this point on. They missed a few things here and there, but not awful. But I'm telling you, that green flag run, it's like if they don't have a bunch of stuff going on and have cars just like flying off the screen like that, they don't know what to do. And it's crazy to me because of how good everything else has been this year. But anyway, let's get to it. We go with, like, I believe 39 to go. We have Nemechek hit the wall in 3 and 4. We then restart with, again, the 45 and the 11. At this point, Elliott takes them 3 wide. I'll say this. Now we're going to get into talking about Elliott again and talking fully about his race. Elliott was the most aggressive guy out there. I don't know if it was having Hooters on the car. I don't know if it was him getting tired of people asking when the hell he was going to win again. I don't know what it was. But Chase Elliott today was driving like a man possessed. And I liked it. I like it. I like seeing Chase Elliott like this. Instead of, like everyone will say all his personality, oh, this and that, oh, whatever. But he was just, I mean, it kind of reminded me of Tony Stewart in 2011 at Homestead. By the way, we do have a finishing order update here. We're going to update it again, turn this off. So the 7th and 8th positions have been swapped. Bubba Wallace comes home in the 7th position, pushing Austin Dillon back to the 8th spot. So that is an update we have as well. NASCAR will go top down on that. So updated unofficial results on the top again. We're gonna double check. We're gonna turn this off actually for a little bit here because they have updated again on their website. They have put Chris Buescher. Well, this is really odd because RFK had put out a tweet about the finishing order result, but apparently they've changed it again. Let's see if they've changed it. So nobody else has said anything about Buescher here, but NASCAR's website has Buescher from the 18th spot to the 15th spot. Dillon moved back to 16th. I don't know what exactly is going on with the finishing order, so we're just going to wait it out for a little bit. Apologies if you want to see where your favorite driver finished. I do apologize. We will figure it out. I don't know what exactly the running order is, but we will figure it out. And if we don't have it by the end of the stream, it'll be updated in the pinned comment. So again, apologies for not having the ticker for the end, for probably the end of this stream. But I want to get it right. I want to get this right. But anyway, we get, let's see, 33 to go. We have that going on, and it is the 11 and the 9. They are battling for the lead. Denny, I believe, gets the lead, but behind them, bad Brad Keselowski is charging like a bat out of hell, flying up the running order. He looks to have the best car out there at the end, but it doesn't really matter as Ricky Stenhouse crashes it. And we go to a restart with 8 to go. The 11 and the 9 battle again. The 11 gets a jump, but Elliott, again, keeps charging, gets the lead as his teammate Kyle Larson is spinning in the back. And at that point, he would not give it up. He beats Hamlin on another restart, right barely ahead of him, but the 11 goes around fully on him. I'm just going to say this now. A lot of people were trying to blame Elliott. That was not Elliott. I don't care how much you like or dislike Elliott. He didn't do anything there. It was more the track itself. You just can't run that lane as hard as Hamlin was running it. He crashes. We have another crash with Burton and Gralla, but the 9, again, was ahead of the 1. He was iffy on fuel, so there was a little intrigue on that part of it. But from there, he again beats Ross on another restart off 4, coming to the white flag. Ross goes around, crashes, cautions out. Chase Elliott, your winner. And by the way, we will get at the end of the stream, we'll bring on, I don't know which lizard. We'll bring on one of the lizards. But I want to ask you another poll here. Another poll, because 80% of you want the lizards. Is Chase back? I'll be honest with you, I didn't think he was actually doing that bad. Like, he wasn't doing good for Elliott standards, but he was not the worst out there I've seen. And I'm saying yes. I think that he just needed to get this monkey off his back. That's really what he needed to do most, in my opinion. And now he has. He has got the win out of the way. He is basically, I think, pressure free until the playoffs. So I don't see any reason why he can't win maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 more races. I mean, Chase Elliott gets a lot of hate because probably of his personality and being the most popular driver, but he is a damn good driver. And I feel like because of last year, people forget just how good of a driver he was from his rookie year all the way up until 2023. I feel like people have forgotten about that. And they need to be reminded of just how good he really is. By the way, we're going to try and update the ticker right now, just so that we can have at least some of the correct results up top. NASCAR continues to change them, so again, it might just be a lost cause for me to do this, but I want to get it to you guys so that we don't have any question, really, to who finished where. Looks like Kyle Larson at the moment has been moved back to the 21st position. the back half of the pack is just a complete mess when it comes to fixing this up. Corey LaJoie has now been moved from 25th to 22nd, it looks like. Christopher Bell moved from 23rd to 17th. Stenhouse is moved back to 23rd as we run. This is at least from NASCAR's website. They continue to update, so just in case, this is unofficial. I don't have enough room to type in unofficial at the top. Haley up to 24th. This thing, I don't know if, they've changed a bunch of this just because of a glitch or something, but we're going to keep going with it. Cindric up from 27th to 25th. Let's see. Zane Smith back to 26th. Jimmy Johnson has been moved from 26th to 29th. So JJ with a less impressive day. Wasn't really impressive to begin with, but less. Kaz Grala to the 27th position. And Harrison Burton, 28th. I believe we have the full updated results now. So we're going to put them up at the top and go from there. That at least is what it's looking like for the results of this race. We'll find out. They'll update it more as we go. I fully assume NASCAR is going to probably change some more stuff. But let's get into the super chats and then finish off the stream. I'll bring the lizard on, so you might stare at my chair for like a solid 30 seconds. Antar Das, thank you for the 5. Throughout the entire race, I feared the 11 spinning out in 3, and my fear came true. Also, that was way too many yellows. At least it wasn't the 05 600. Both races I have watched, and yeah, it could have been much worse. Dominion, thank you for the 10. Congrats to Elliott, deserved win, but Byron clearly running Ross over when he came down just soured it so much. I really hope it wasn't team orders. Also, Brad had his best race in a while, win coming soon. I don't think it was team orders. I think it was just that Byron was a lot faster. Probably didn't expect to have the closing rate that much. That's at least my opinion on it. I really don't think there was any malicious intent on that one. Timmy, thank you for the 1-year member chat. Congratulations to Elliott. Mittens, the racing cat, back from the dead here for the 2. Mittens is in the chat. Congrats to Chase on the win. Napa Racing Fan 927 for the 5. Never thought he'd end his winless streak at Texas. Gustafson leaving him out long in stage 1 was the call of the race. Love the cool wiki Polish victory lap. Yeah, I like that too. I like Elliott actually hearkening back with that, with the Hooters sponsorship and all. Let's see some of the other supers we got here. Twin spinner for the 5. Uncommon Austin Dillon top 10. Let's see. Let's make sure they didn't update that. Yep, still top 10. Still top 10. He's in the 8th position. From there, grid flow for the 2. NASCAR did everything to give Elliott the win. Shaking my head. See, I get running the caution long. People think that, and probably is at this point I've just learned is probably Fox just not covering what exactly happened. That's what I've learned at this point. Dominion, thank you for the new membership. I appreciate it. Garabuki, thanks for the 10. What the heck was that? GPS data got him by an inch. Okay. Running the laps down for a spin with no contact. Nah, man. Also, Byron just running Chastain over for now. Reason leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Well, we talked about the Byron one. As for that caution, again, it looks bad. I mean, it does. It looks bad. There's probably no reason that should have been that long. I'm, again, just going to assume that something happened. Okay, so wait. Okay, even PRN said it? All right, then yeah. I can get the fishiness on that one. If PRN is even saying it too, I trust them because they, again, have had a very high standard for their broadcasts. Let's see. Is it really the first time since 92 that Hooters is back in victory lane? Is that true? Damn, I knew there was like a Hooters curse. I didn't realize it was since then. If that's the case, damn, that is big. Ross Crash Stain saying Ty Dillon P16 with the member chat. Wow. That is nuts. And listen, I probably should have known that, but I'm just like all you. I probably don't know everything about the sport. So forgive my ignorance to the situation. Let's see. Bobby Blair, thank you for the 5. I've never seen a crowd erupt like that before. I'm not even an Elliott fan, and that was a cool experience. Again, there were times, like today, I was like, man, if we go through all of this for a Byron win, I was going to be upset. There were times I thought the same about Elliott, just because he was winning a lot and all that. But, you don't, as a fan, you don't know how much you're at least used to something, if not missed something, until it's gone. And for a lot of people, I think a lot of people, outside of just the Elliott fan side of things, I think a lot of people probably miss that kind of cool experience. It is cool when the most popular driver wins and you see the crowd erupt. It is a really cool deal. And people for the 2, Hamlin, I just got beat by your favorite driver. I like that. Napa Racing Fan, thank you for the 2. Elliott won, but Texas still sucks. Mid-race at best. I'm going to give it probably a 5 out of 10, like right in the middle. The racing, at least you could pass on like Martinsville, but it was not like, let's not just say because some cool stuff happened and the most popular driver won that Texas is a good racetrack. It's not. Like, it is far from. Nicholas, thank you for the 9-month member chat. After all that, chat's pick somehow comes home P2. That's right. Hey, good on you, chat. Good on you. Captain Tanker Joe for the 5. All 4 Hendrick cars could be out of the race by lap 2, and they would still be blamed for everything. Hendrick hate is real and annoying. That's just what happens when you're the best team out there. That's just how it goes. And then Alex for the 9-month member chat. Finally, Chase won at my most hated track. Sly Supersonic. Texas destroyed Bristol, Richmond, and Martinsville. Hey, no. We do not slander that Bristol race in here. That was a great, fun-ass race. I'll say it was better than Martinsville, probably at the same tier as Richmond for the stupid factor of it. Nobody knows in the chat saying PRN has the best NASCAR broadcasts. Them and MRN are really damn good. Like, they are really, really good. It sucks that Doug Rice is leaving. I'm happy for his retirement, but I hate seeing him leave because he's so damn good in the booth. Marky Mark for the 2. Never thought I'd say it, but Texas over Martinsville, and then says camera zooms in on Jarrett eating Bluebell. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Alex, again, thank you for the 100. I appreciate it a ton. Damn. And then Cameron, thank you for your first super chat in the channel, if I can speak. Byron is a joke that was stupid. Again, I think it was an accident, but it was definitely a blunder kind of accident. SW for the 5. The race is just average, but better. I'm glad Suarez got a top 5, especially glad Bubba got a top 10 after the spin, which is tough to see. Yeah, good comeback for Bubba. Bubba Wallace had a better comeback today than Larson, even, though Larson did have the 2-lap penalty. Matthew for the 10. Finally got that weight off his back. So good to see him win again. My number 5 had your guy Larson, I should say, had a bad day, but a Hendrick 1-2 is always a win for me. HMS all the way. They're the team to beat right now. Them and JGR. CBB for the 5. Breaks my heart to say it, but is there any doubt now that Texas is better than Martinsville? Unfortunately, I don't think so. Demax Ski for the 2. Hooters make me happy. They make me happy too. Ross Crash Stain for the 5. Bowman got Nima wrecked, and Ross got by run over, and Vanilliet won. Not an enjoyable race for me. I enjoy the nicknames, even if I'm not necessarily too upset about any of what happened. Will Griffin for the 2. So I thought Chase and Allen were supposed to suck. That's what I'm saying. Beat the washed allegations. NRF 8, thank you for the 31-month member chat. Fox gave me a headache. F Harvick in the booth. I like Harvick. I know it's a meme to have Harvick hate, but I still like Harvick. Bryce Sizemore for the 10. Crazy race. Larson unlucky again, but I have to say I turned the TV on mute for the rest of the Fox broadcasts. Just absolutely awful production. Needs to be fired. Embarrassing to say the least. I do agree with that. Chris, thank you for the 5. You think Marcus Smith jumped out of his cushy seat and fist pumped when Hamlin hit the wall, or did he sit there with the huge Grinchish grin? I'm going to go with the grin part, the Grinch grin. That's my pick. I guarantee you he was happy about that. That's part of the reason why I picked Hamlin. I'll own up to it. I picked Hamlin to win this race simply for the fact I wanted to see him win at an SMI track right after and then say it sucked like Kyle Busch did with Bristol about about this point, 17 years ago. Alex, thank you for the 5. If we had another overtime, considering Chase had hardly any fuel, I would have been like the Daleks and tell NASCAR to exterminate overtime. Yeah, I'm still not a fan of overtime for NASCAR, but it ain't changing. And then Alex here, a different Alex this time, I believe, and this is the moment. Then we'll go grab the lizard, and I'll show you all the lizard. We'll just do that every time we pop over 1,000. We'll grab the lizard. We might have to bump that up though, because you guys have been killing it this year. But he says almost a track house 1-2. Imagine that. God, that would have been pretty cool. And then Grant says Mike Joy needs to retire and Boyer leaves ASAP. Well, I think if they just don't have Boyer be a character, that'd be better. And then Mike Joy has been better this year, but I do have a feeling the retirement is coming quicker than probably not. 76% of you say that Chase is back, by the way. All right. For those who are in here, give me a minute. I will go grab the lizard and we'll end this baby off. So spam... I don't know. Spam your favorite driver's number till I get back. I want to see it start flying, all right? All right. I'll be a little quiet just so I don't scare her too much. But here's the mascot of the channel. Hold on, I'll move the mic a little bit. Here's the channel mascot. Put her on my shoulder here. Come here, dude. It's okay. You got it. This is Lil Dude, the channel mascot. Figured y'all would like her. She's going to probably climb all over me now. But she's chill. She's awesome. But thank you guys so much for coming on out. I appreciate it. Thank you to Rat Cross Studio for the 5. Hamlin was about to make Bubba wear mittens to stop him from flipping off drivers until Joey got busted wearing mittens. All in. And then Shane, thank you for the 20. Stop critiquing Fox. Since critiquing Fox is a theme, what do you think of Harvick's happy hour? I think it's decent, but feels too similar to race day and overproduced. Also, more often than not, Caitlin feels more like the host than Harvick. I think it's decent. I think it has definitely a great base to build around. Kevin just can't remember dates to save his life, as this week showed. But I think it's actually not too bad. Overproduced, yeah, sure. I would definitely say that's a valid critique, but not. I don't think it's too bad. By the way, we're gonna head off here. My buddy Oh, yeah. No, she won't poop on my shirt. I don't think. Well, maybe she did. I don't know. We'll find out. Really quick, we're heading on out. But go and raid IDK Player's channel. I'll put his stream in the, let's see. I'll put his stream in the chat. And I want to see an Iceberg raid over there. All right, I will put it right here. There you go. Link in the chat. Go over there. I want to see an Iceberg raid over there. There are a little under 1,000 of us here. But thank you guys so much for coming out. We will be live on Wednesday on Eric Estep's channel for NWP. Friday will be on the IDK Player YouTube channel. And then Saturday and Sunday, post-race for Talladega, baby. So definitely come on out. Can't wait to see y'all. And until next time, have a good one and enjoy your night. Later.